We're pushing our way to the end of the high school football season. I'm Leland Barclay, and this is the River Valley Sports Report, sponsored by Atchley Air, a local supporter of this show, and River Valley sports, schools, and athletes. Class 7A, 6A, 5A, and 2A are all down to the semifinals on Friday night. Last week, the Lamar Warriors were just that, in hanging with Malvern most of the way before the Leopards finally secured a 41-31 win in the second round of the Class 3A playoffs. Lamar had 3 possessions in the first half, scored on all 3 of them, and added a pair of 2-point conversions for a 23-20 lead at the half. Lamar then received the second half kickoff but was held on downs near midfield. Lamar then had a motion penalty on a 4th and 1 on its next possession and ended up punting. Malvern turned both of those defensive stops into touchdowns. Malvern's senior quarterback Cedric Simmons has been one to watch since he was a freshman and is a rare combination of passer and runner, and he was on Friday night too. He completed 14 of 18 passes for 203 yards and 4 touchdowns and ran for 121 yards and the clinching touchdown in the fourth quarter. Malvern head coach J.D. Plumley had this to say after the victory.
Always exciting to win in November, that's for sure, so we don't take them for granted.
Boy, what was kind of the difference with you guys in the second half and the first half?
You got to give credit to Lamar. They're just going, if you move guys around, they find their holes, and man, that's a good football team we just beat, and we moved some guys around, made some adjustments, got some different players in the game, and we just kind of challenged our guys. I didn't think we played very hard in the first half as far as really wanting to get after it and win in the trenches, so we kind of just got after them a little bit at halftime and came out and we made just enough stops.
A game like that, a defensive stop is big, and you got 2 of them to start the second half.
Yeah, and we told them we get, exactly what I said, if we get 2 stops, we'll win. And the biggest one was getting the one because we had to kick off to them, and then we go down and score, and then we just needed one more, and we felt pretty confident about it.
How nice is it to be practiced on Thanksgiving weekend?
Well, man, I think in any level in Arkansas, if you're practicing or playing on Thanksgiving, it's been a great year, and so we're super excited, and these guys worked for it, and man, we're just pumped up. So happy for our community, our fans, coaches, and everything. Just a great night.
Lamar's ground-pounding offense had 214 yards rushing on 30 carries in controlling the clock in the first half and had an 8-minute, 10-second scoring drive. We talked with Lamar head coach Josh Jones after the game.
Any better?
Yeah. The first half we played, offensively that's as well as we can play on the offensive side of the ball, and moved the ball down, scored every chance. I think we scored every time we had the ball in the first half. Came out in the second half and just like 2 mistakes. And when you play a team as talented as they are, you almost have to play perfect, and we almost did. We almost played perfect. The motion on the 4th down, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to go score right there. Made that mistake and then had to punt, and just a few little things made a difference in the ball game.
Well, and like you said, they're just so talented, and the fact that they can run and pass.
Absolutely, yeah. They're very balanced. They got some guys. They got like 3 or 4 guys that are D1 on that team. And like nobody's coming to Lamar looking at kids very often. We got a couple of guys that may go small school, but I'm proud of my guys. They played their tails off.
Walter Woody covered Greenwood's 42-7 win over Russellville in the second round of the Class 6A playoffs. Greenwood intercepted 4 passes in the game and coasted to the win. Landon Nelms intercepted 2 passes. Braden Skaggs and Kaylor Jasna also intercepted passes. Harold McIlvain covered Charleston's 42-0 win over Centerpoint in the second round of the Class 3A state playoffs. In the state's largest classification, the playoffs are down to the big boys, the top 3 teams in the 7A Central and the top team in the 7A West, as expected. Bryant, state champions the last 4 years, host Conway, while Bentonville hosts Cabot on Friday night in what should be 2 great games. Greenwood hosts Benton in one semifinal in Class 6A, while Little Rock Catholic hosts Pulaski Academy in a private school showdown at War Memorial Stadium on Friday in the 6A semifinals. In Class 5A, Pulaski Robinson hosts Little Rock Parkview, while Shiloh Christian hosts Camden Fairview. Both of those are intriguing games, since Robinson moved up from Class 4A after winning the championship, and Parkview moved down from Class 6A, both for the 2-year reclassification cycle. Shiloh Christian was bumped up to 5A due to the competitive equity factor after the Saints were determined to be dominant in Class 4A. Also, Class 2A is hosting semifinals on Friday, with Mount Ida traveling to Carlisle and East Poinsett County traveling to Hazen. There are 8 teams left in Class 4A, with Harding Academy hosting McGee, Arkadelphia hosting Rivercrest, Elkins hosting Nashville, and Warren hosting Malvern in 4 games that should also be great ones. There are also 8 teams left in Class 3A, with local teams Charleston hosting Newport and Boonville traveling to Osceola. Also, Glen Rose hosts Melbourne and Risen host Prescott. That's going to take us to halftime of the River Valley Sports Report. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsor, Atchley Air, with Gimme 5.
The Martins came over, we were having spaghetti when we suddenly noticed that we started getting sweaty as the temperature approached 90 degrees. My buddy said, man, you gotta call AtchleyAir.com. When your air conditioner breaks, they're the one you want. AtchleyAir.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. The technician showed up the very same day. Got it fixed right and fast, he was on his way. When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice, AtchleyAir.com.
Gimme 5. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, the River Valley Player of the Week is Charleston quarterback Brandon Scott, who ran for 103 yards and 2 scores and threw for 139 yards and a touchdown to lead the Tigers to the 42-0 win over Centerpoint. Number 2, Charleston's defense was dominant in that victory, forcing 3 turnovers, allowing just 53 rushing yards and 33 passing yards. Sebastian Guyana intercepted a pass, and Ben Thompson and Reese Marichka recovered fumbles. Number 3, Boonville went about as south as a football team could go and still be in the state of Arkansas, and the Bearcats responded with a 60-14 win at Smackover. Dax Goff and Cody Elliott each ran for 4 touchdowns. Number 4, Greenwood's defense also shined on Friday night with 4 interceptions and coasted to the 42-7 win over Russellville. Landon Nelms intercepted 2 passes and had 25 yards in returns. Braden Skaggs and Kaylor Jasna also intercepted passes. Jasna returned his 70 yards back into Russellville territory. Number 5, Lamar finished its season on Friday, but not before one more milestone. Fullback Damian Hendricks and wingbacks Lee Harkreader and Jarrett Dalton all finished with over 1,000 rushing yards for the season. Hendricks finished with 1,483 yards, which is a school record, and 20 rushing touchdowns. Check out every day of the Northwest Arkansas and River Valley Democrat-Gazette, where you will get Players of the Week, predictions, top performers, stats, schedule, scores, and lots of capsules. You'll also want to pick up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette every week for wrap-ups from games on Friday night, notebooks, and a small college notebook by Kevin Taylor. This past week, we had the pleasure of sitting down with the Young family and discussing senior offensive line Cooper Young, the son of Greenwood head coach Chris Young, who is the son of retired coaches Catherine and Joe Fred Young. Basketball season is just beginning to hit its stride. Saturday, 5 games were played in the first Big Show tip-off showcase at Northside, which featured a lot of talent throughout the day. This coming week, we have 3 big tournaments going on at Lamar, Boonville, and Lavaca. You can subscribe online at nwaonline.com and click the subscribe button or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. Be sure to follow the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter accounts as well as mine, Walter's, and Harold's. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning Arkansas Democrat-Gazette photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, nwaonline.com/photo. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with photos and videos from football on Friday night in Lamar and basketball from Northside on Saturday. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. Have a very good Thanksgiving. God bless you, and we will see you next week.